Hey guys, it's BearInABackpack, and today I'm going to be reviewing Seasons After Fall, developed by Swing Submarine and published by Focus Home Interactive. Seasons After Fall is a 2D puzzle platformer where you play as a magical seed in the body of a fox, well, possessing the body of a fox that is, out to acquire the power of the seasons to complete the ritual of the seasons. The main mechanic revolves around changing the seasons, from fall to spring to winter to summer, and using combinations of these to help get you around the levels. In order to interact with the objects around you, you use your bark. You can use the bark to activate certain objects, coerce other animals into moving away from you, and other things like that. As the genre of the game implies, it is a puzzle game, and there are puzzles spread throughout the game. The puzzles themselves aren't really that challenging. In fact, most of the time, the challenge is figuring out how to interact with the objects, or how to even begin the puzzle. Besides the basic mechanics, not really all that much is explained. Helpful hints are often missing that leave you scrambling trying to figure out what to do next, or how to move on. To highlight the lack of hints, there are several locations where you think you're in a cutscene, but in reality, the game is actually waiting for you to click, or use your bark. But this is not told to you or pointed out visually, so you're waiting there for the cutscene to be over, not realizing that you actually have to act to move on. And yes, there is a small visual cue when you walk by something that requires you to bark to activate it, a little pop or flare if you will, but it's not really visually distinct enough to be able to draw your attention and really point out the fact you need to bark. You could use something a little more attention-getting, and again, hints would be helpful. The level design flows really well, and that's good because you'll be revisiting the same areas over and over, so it's good to avoid a lot of backtracking. Playing through the game, you'll find that it is relatively linear, but just like the puzzle element, tends to open up a bit as the game gets past midway. The majority of the gameplay, however, is exploration, and kind of really enjoying the scenery and the musical score behind it. Overall, it feels like a relaxing and therapeutic game, where it's really about enjoying the story and the setting and not so much trying to overcome puzzles. The game takes advantage of 2D painted graphics, which makes it appear almost like a children's storybook. The animations are wonderful and very much match the blissful storybook feel, the movements themselves feeling very much like a pop-up book. The environments make use of several layers in both the foreground and background that provides a great sense of movement and depth. When you change the seasons, not only is the animation and effect interesting, but each season itself brings an interesting take on the background scenery. Although the overall environments of the 5 main sections of the game look different, in some sections it can be very easy to get lost because you don't have a map to help you know where you need to go or where you're currently at within each subsection. And this doesn't help that the camera itself is focused in very close to your character and doesn't give you a wide view of where you're at. As for sound, most of the game is filled with a peaceful ambiance with a beautiful orchestral string section to accent key moments. This provides a childlike sense of whimsy and wonder to the music, and makes it feel, once again, very much like you're playing through a storybook. On the bright side, it has a beautiful art style, great level design, it's very, very peaceful, almost therapeutic, and it has a really fun concept about changing the seasons to alter the world around you and use that to progress through the game. On the downside, there's an unfortunate lack of explanation that can be quite frustrating trying to figure out how to actually move through the game and make progress. You can also get lost fairly easily, and with large environments, this can prove to be very annoying. Finally, it has an albeit interesting, but very average story. As for the ratings, for gameplay, I give Seasons After Fall 6 out of 10, for graphics, 8 out of 10, for sound, 7 out of 10, for story, 5 out of 10, and for content for cost, 5 out of 10. This gives Seasons After Fall an overall rating of 6.2 out of 10. If you enjoy whimsical exploration games with a puzzle-solving aspect, then you should check out Seasons After Fall on Steam. That's it for this review. If you guys like this review, please leave a like or comment down below, and if you really liked it, please consider subscribing. Alright guys, thanks for listening. See you next time.